Hi there! ChatGPT has upped its game big time. Now it doesn't only chat, it actually analyzes and visualizes data. All you need to do is feed in an Excel sheet and watch the magic happen. But here is a twist. With AI stepping up, should we rethink the role of business intelligence specialists? Let's dive in and unlock the mystery of ChatGPT power first, and then we can answer this question. So grab a cup of coffee, sit back and watch. Okay guys, this is ChatGPT. Recently, ChatGPT has introduced a new plugin that allows you to do data analytics. You simply upload file and do data visualization and data exploration. So let me show you first how to activate this plugin. First, you need to go with the paid version. You need to go with ChatGPT 4. So we need to switch from here. So now we're using ChatGPT 4. Next, you need to go to the three dots here, settings and beta. And from the second tab here, you need to activate the advanced data analysis. So let's click on here and just close this window. Finally, you need to come here and click on this icon and switch from default to advanced data analysis. Now we're ready. It has the plus sign here. That means you can attach file and test it. And for testing this, I'm going to use this Excel sheet. This is the same sheet I used in a previous project, how to create a sales report. You can find a link in the description for this project. This sheet is a simple sales records sheet across 5 countries, 6 products across the years 2018 to 2023. And we have here the sales records. So this is just to understand what the data will feed into ChatGPT. Let's go back to ChatGPT. And from the plus sign, I'll just attach the file. And here it loads as expected. So what I want to do here, I want to test ChatGPT capabilities in 3 areas. First, I want to test the capabilities of creating basic visualization. Then I want to test its ability in do data transformation. And finally, I want to push the limit and see if ChatGPT can produce a whole dashboard for me. So I have a request prepared. I'll just paste it. So this request, I tried to use natural language, nothing technical. Just requested to create a line chart showing overall sales over time for each product and use 1 line per product. So I want it to sum up across all countries basically. Let's try and send this request. So here it gives us the step it's taking. First it's uploading the CSV file and examine the structure. Here it lists down the columns available in the Excel sheet. And here it decides to group the year and the quarter together. And now it will create the chart. Let's see the output. Okay, so this is the chart it created. It created 1 line for each product as requested. And it automatically combined the date. If you remember in the CSV file, we had separate columns for year and quarter, but it managed to combine them and produce this visual. So as we saw, ChatGPT is able now to create those kind of charts. They're simple, they're not interactive here, but this is just the beginning. Let's test it further. Let's ask for a pie chart, for example. Again, I tried to use natural language, just pie chart showing overall sales for countries. Let's send the request. So here it gives the steps. It needs to create an aggregate for the total. And here we go. It actually gave us a donut chart instead of pie chart, but this works as well. So it seems like it can create basic visualizations. And of course, this is not interactive, so you can't do much with it, but it will be a quick way to get a nice visual and export it as an image. Now let's check the data transformation capabilities. I already asked the questions and did all the transformations. So the transformation I want to do here is the same transformation I've done for this project. Again, this is the sales trend reports from the project we covered in a previous video. You'll find it in the description. So let's go to transform data. I did some transformation, so this is the original sheet as is. What I've done, I've created a date column here by extracting the date from the quarter and the months. Originally it was just the same CSV file, and this is the first transformation. Then I created two transformations, one by renaming this the country to L1 and the product to L2, and add one column called hierarchy. And also for the sales product I did something similar, and finally I appended them to create this final query. So don't worry much about why we have done this. So what I have done, I asked ChatGPT to create this exact transformation for me. So let's see how it went. So first I asked it to do some data exploration to give me statistics about the data in that CSV file, the same CSV file, and it provided some statistics. It gave me the column names, the data type for each of the columns. It checked if there is any missing values. There are no missing values in that CSV file. Number of unique values for each of the columns, and it did some basic statistics, the year, the range, and the sales, how many rows we have, what's the mean, standard deviation, and so on. Next, I asked it to create a date column based on the quarter and year column, and I intentionally misspelled the year. I just want to see if it can pick it up, and actually it did. Like, it understood that I meant year here, not year. It will convert Q1 to March, Q2 to June, and so on. So it did create a date column. I asked it to show me the top 5 rows, and here you can see it provided the date as expected. Next, I requested it to combine the quarter and the year into one column and name it period and have the following format, and it actually did add the period here as requested. So this is basically the same transformation I did in the Power Query we saw a minute ago. Now here I ask it to do the transformations and combine the two queries. First, create one query, rename the country to L1 and the product to L2, and then add the hierarchy column. And it did everything and gave me the transformed dataset. As you can see here, here's the top 10 rows. And finally asked it I would like to download it, and it gave me a link. I got the combined sheet, and it looks exactly like the Power Query I created here. So it seems like ChatGPT can do data transformation really well, better than the visualization anyway. In this part, I requested ChatGPT to create for me a full comprehensive dashboard. I gave it all the instructions after feeding in the same Excel sheet we used in the previous two parts. I didn't ask it to do any data transformation. I just uploaded it and gave it instructions to create for me in total 6 visuals with 3 filters, and I requested it to create some backgrounds and shadows and borders for the visuals. And after so many tries, like it was so many errors, I went back and forth, and I had to break it down to pieces to finally get a final output. And the final output it gave to me is a dashboard that I can see in the browser. I have it here. I'll show you in a minute how we got here. But the idea, it gave me this dashboard. You open it in the browser. It runs into this address in your local machine. And it has 3 visuals, as you can see. One visual showing overall sales per year, per country, and per product. And they're actually interactive in a way. For example, if you click on this year, 2021, it will drill through to the 4th quarters and shows the sales there. And same for the countries. If you drill through to any of the countries, for example here Canada, shows the products in that country and the sales. And for the product you can drill through to see the country. And we have here in the bottom 3 simple line visuals, one showing overall sales over time, one showing the same but divided per country, and one per product. So this all can be shown as an HTML dashboard. And you have filters on the top. For example, you can filter out some countries and you can bring them back from here. And also for the products. So it's not a fully interactive dashboard, but in a way it is very impressive job from ChatGPT, given the fact that I didn't give it any technical instructions. Just try to use natural language to get to this level. But this was the extent of it. Like, I tried to push it harder, to do some formatting, to do more interactive between the different visuals, but it didn't help me much. And if you can see the length of the conversation I had to go through with ChatGPT, you understand the amount of work. At the beginning, I gave all the instruction at once, and it promised me to give me a full code. It gave me also the steps, but it gave me a code that didn't work. It just gave me an empty dashboard with the placeholders. So I sent this message saying this, replace the placeholder with the actual visuals. It gave me another code where you can download it from here. And it kept going for a very long time. Eventually, I had to break it down to steps. But finally, it did a good job producing this dashboard for me. So this is the kind of the code it gave me. Of course, I kept asking more things, and it kept updating this code till it gave me the final full code. And it gave me instruction how to run this code. So after explaining to me the code and the steps, and it requested me to install those libraries, and I'll leave this for you in a link in the description. So the way to install those libraries, just copy this command and go to cmd and just paste it. And because I have it already installed while trying this, you can see the requirements already satisfied. And then it requested me to run the script. So this is the script file it gave me. So you guys, to run the script, you need Python to be installed. I'll leave a link for you in the description where you can download and install Python. So if you have it installed, all you need to do is save this file, provided file, after you download it. So those are the scripts it gave me. I had to go through so many steps. I just kept 4 of them. So let's try to run this one visual code. Just right click, open with, and select Python. So now the code is running and it gave me this link. I'll just hold the control and click on this link. So this is the first dashboard I got out of ChatGPT. It has one filter, date. You can switch between dates and see the sales per product for whatever year you select. And for the second one, it gave me just 3 donut visuals with the 3 filters. Then I requested to create the 3 donut visual with the drill through and the 3 filters. And finally, which is the final dashboard, it shows the filters, the line charts, and the donuts with the drill through. So this is the best I managed to get out of ChatGPT, this new feature. But as you can see here, I had a very lengthy conversation with ChatGPT to manage to get this simple dashboard.
Mind-blowing, right? But does that mean that AI is sidelining
business intelligence experts and data scientists? In short, nope. And I'll tell you why, breaking it into 4 key aspects: technical, business, innovation, and security. Let's start with the technical aspect. Yes, ChatGPT handled our structured data really well. It created some basic visuals and did some transformation to the data. But when it came to crafting a comprehensive dashboard, it had its hiccups. For AI to narrate a truly data-driven story, there is a lot of ground to cover. Which brings me to the second key aspect: business. Being a BI specialist is not only about handling data. It's about the ability to translate business requirements into a technical solution. This human touch in business intelligence, AI will not replacing it anytime soon. As long as we have a human driving the business ship, we need a human to drive the BI solutions. I have covered this skill in one of the previous videos. I left you a link in the description if you want to watch it later. The third key aspect is creativity and innovation. Is AI truly innovative? Let's just say no, it's not its strongest suit. And don't expect this to change overnight. It's not about better AI models or tech. It's just creativity can't be boxed into an algorithm. It can't be modeled. The fourth and the last aspect is security. Ever worried about data leaks while using AI tools? Well, companies do too. Especially in areas like BI, data security with AI solutions becomes a huge concern. So guys, in my opinion, here's the deal. AI is not here to snag your job. It's a tool, not a replacement. Embrace it, grow with it, and enhance your BI game. Remember, if you can't beat them, join them. Let me know your thoughts on this in the comments below, and don't forget the like button. And if you're new, subscribe to this channel. Until next time, peace.